Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another GTG exclusive live stream. If you're watching this on YouTube, this was obviously recorded yesterday in GTG. We do weekly live streams. Myself, Sexy Aussie, run several of these to stay up to date with the crypto markets every single day. Current trades, current volatility, analysis on majors, altcoins, meme coins, NFTs, everything that we discuss. Happens multiple times a week. So if you're keen to check out GTG, guys, sign up down below. 3 different entry points for you. Highly recommend it. We'd love to see you in there very, very soon. But yeah, really enjoy this video, guys. Pretty much right now, the market is just really chilling. So it's just about exercising patience, as I explain really in the tutorial and in the video, in the live stream, which you'll see in a moment. A lot of people really forget that crypto does take time to play out, and it's really important that you do sometimes exercise patience and discipline, because that's how you win over time. All right, guys, be sure to like and subscribe, turn notifications on so you stay up to date with my crypto tutorials, and enjoy the live stream. Well, good morning, or good evening if you are around the other side of the world. Really good weekend to take a break, not going to lie. You've seen CT absolutely capitulate. You're seeing all these influencers talk about the same stuff. So it's been a really good time to actually sort of take a break. You haven't really missed anything in terms of like the market we're in. Yeah, and George says it's a great week to be sick. I kind of agree, bro. Even though I hate you being sick, it has been a really good week to be sick, because yeah, you haven't missed much. Obviously just more meme coin scams, which I think is finally starting to catch on now. Insider trading, really interestingly, a lot of people on the timeline have no idea that, one, it's illegal, and two, how it actually works. So that's actually fascinating. But yeah, guys, it's just a time to chill, and I mean, I got a lot of pings over the weekend about the meme coins that we're in, and I said to my basic position on them was, if they hit stop loss, which it looks like MLG is close to hitting our stop loss, hasn't quite hit our stop loss yet, but if they hit stop loss, then that's clearly the trend is over. So I was happy to sit in less risk in those, so I don't own a lot of those tokens. Fartcoin, UFD, MLG, and Y2K. But they're a great risk to reward that you got to take a trade like that, and sometimes you just got to sit in it. Obviously, with the events of the weekend for meme coins, has meant that meme coins have been really red. We took a little Pengu long as well, and it's obviously down a little bit, but I'm still like, again, I think this is a good potential trade. If you think Pudges have any chance of coming back, or Abstract has any chance of coming back, this is a very nice simple trade here off this level. So I'm very happy to kind of just chill in this trade. We are slightly in the red. We could go all the way down there and still be okay. And look, the oscillator is pivoting to the upside probably in the next week or so. Oh, that's a 4 hour. Hold on, let me go to the daily. Yeah, the daily is very overextended, guys, to the downside. So I mean, it's a tough market. If BTC, like Sexy and I were just talking about, and I managed to make sure that I can record him now, so that's amazing. What we just talked about is, like, BTC looks great here. Like, we're trending upwards on the daily. Pivot, we're below the pivot on the 3-day, below the pivot on the 5-day, and below the pivot on the weekly. So yeah, I mean, we're just kind of trending here. No real volatility at all. We haven't seen volatility. I mean, like, since, like, yeah, 20th of Jan. So it's been very, very slow. So we took this long last Wednesday, off this demand zone on the 2 hour, 4 hour, and we're in profit on that trade. But it's just been chill. It's been chill. Market, I'm still waiting to maybe hit these sort of TPs here. Maybe we then start to see price with that, and then set a higher low, like Sexy's been saying as well, like something like that, and push towards all-time highs. Or maybe we blow straight through them after all this FUD, as people really start to realize, okay, meme coins are not where you're going to make consistent money in crypto. And I've known that for a very long time. That's why we haven't been trading them too much recently. So yeah, BTC very much chilling, guys. Nothing's really changed here. We're still in a macro range. If we do zoom out and have a look, we're still in a macro range. We still have this support. If we I mean, we could come back down. We said this last week. The same analysis still applies. If we push higher, I'd probably look for a quick scalp short. And then it's that next low that's quite important for me. It's this next low. So we could get a move up. Okay. it's this next low that is very important for me. Like if it's a higher low, amazing, we continue up towards that 120 region probably. But if it does sort of come back down, retest the mid-range, more than likely we're probably going to run down to the bottom. But yeah, I mean, like that video I shared last week from Raoul Pool's macro investor guy, I can't remember what his name is, maybe Jamie. Insane video. Highly recommend checking it out. Highly recommend it. It just gives you a fundamental understanding of why globally it's very good for cryptocurrency for 2025 and how it aligns in history with so many different factors. Okay. So yeah, just stay patient, guys. Sometimes the alpha is to just stay patient. You got the US dollar coming down. That is great for cryptocurrency. USD dominance is also maybe putting in a little bit of a local high here as well. Again, these are on the weekly timeframes. This stuff takes time, guys. Okay. Traditionally, like BTC, I'm pretty sure only pumps on like 10 days of the year or something crazy. More than more than a considerable number. So yeah, things like that are definitely worth considering. Really notably, gold is at an all-time high. Shout out to Aussie for calling this as well. If you want to hedge your bets, it's probably like gold is not a bad play at all, in my opinion. I just don't see why this is essentially the same thesis as BTC. Like you're just gonna accept BTC has a limited supply. So yeah, I think gold continues to run personally well into the future. I mean, silver could be a better play as well. Silver's also running up nicely at the moment. So yeah, these are sort of alternative investments that I'm considering moving into the bear market, because those are the sort of real conversations that you do want to be having at this point in time. Total crypto market cap, still bullish. As long as we stay above that sort of 2.7 trillion mark, I'm bullish. So that's pretty much the wick here that we had in March last year. As long as we're above there, I still remain very bullish. Posturing obviously to the downside. Again, we're on the weekly, so a lot of charts were overextended for quite a long time because we have ran up quite aggressively since 2023 compared to other cycles. Total 3 is forming this bullish flag, which is a great continuation for higher. Yeah, so you got a rounding bottom here. First wave, okay, consolidation, bull flag. Second wave, consolidation, bull flag. And then third wave, consolidation. And that usually is the end of the market there, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm very bullish on alts. At least getting a run soon. If you do look at BTC dominance, as Sexy said last week and over the weekend, like he thinks lower timeframes, this is very much close to the top. I would nearly second guess, not second guess it, but support what he means by that. If you look at the monthly, we have been oscillating above the extension range since May 2023. So that's nearly coming up on 2 years of overextension, and this very much looks like a blow off top of BTC dominance. So yeah, keeping an eye on lower timeframes here. What happens with this sort of low that we're currently forming? Looks like it will still be a higher low. It's this next high that we'll look at. So whether we move up here and create a lower high, would you agree with that, Sexy? Like, I mean, like, look at that. Like that wick to 64 is pretty crazy.
Yeah. I'm looking for the same thing, and that would sort of confirm whether this sort of three-way move towards the upside is done or not, or if we get another blow off top potentially, like back in 2021.
Yeah, like this. Yeah, I agree. I think it's just like it really is be so stringent with where you're allocating your money now. Like for me, right? Like we're down obviously in our hyperliquid DCA, our AVAX DCA, our SUI DCA, our CDIS might be slightly down, I think, as well. But I'm happy to hold those because I think they outperform once BTC dominance comes down. If you compare them to other altcoins this cycle, I really do think that. Now, the main sufferers at the moment, obviously, is Solana ecosystem. So Radium, for example, is down quite a lot today. But again, if you look here, it's just kind of consolidating in this range that it's been in. If Radium loses 3.8, I probably cut quite a considerable amount of my bag there. So I'm happy to hold that at the moment. AVAX above 23, I've been saying this for a while, is probably, I think this is at least a 2x. I think AVAX at least does a 2x, if not higher. Pushes back up towards these highs, which would be over a 2x at this point of time. It's one of the most fundamentally strong tokens. Like I've been saying this for a year now. I think it's worth the hodl. Sui obviously probably needs a little bit more pain before we do see it really start to rally again. So don't be surprised if we do revisit maybe the 618 down at 2.4-ish. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Hyperliquid was breaking out last week when we checked it. Let's have a look at the daily. It still looks pretty good, but as I said, I wanted to see this high. I mean, we did technically, yeah, I mean, that's an equal high probably. I want a candle closure above that level there for me to be like, yep, this is sick. 27.47. So yeah, this looks good. High or low, I mean, it looks pretty good after a nice breakout. It's a shame we couldn't catch a long on this. But we are in spot here, so I do like this. And I do think if we come back down and retest, I'll probably buy it there. If we come back down and retest this whole liquidity that we've been in for a long time, I'll probably buy down there as well. So yeah, Hyperliquid still remains one of the strong plays in my opinion. Don't fade strength. CDIS obviously is down at its 8786. Again, a lot of these charts just need a little bit of time. Little bit of time before we see a rally, right? It could be literally March. So that could be still another 2 weeks before we start to see anything really come to fruition. Sexy and I were just talking about Solana. We are in Sexy's long at 187. That hit overnight, 186.9. So that was a retest again of this sort of area that we've been trading in for 2 weeks. So yeah, I like this. I like this area as well. I think that's a really clear invalidation there for a move higher. If you do look at the 4 hour, we are quite oversold here as well, guys. So looks like we could push up. What are your targets again for this one, Sexy?
Let me have a look at that. I think I'm targeting about 220.
Yeah, cool.
Let me have a look at that. Yeah, 220.
Yeah,
so I do have some mid-level targets there. I like 199.
Yeah.
That's like a daily key level right there. And then, but 220 is the end target here, just range high basically.
Yeah. Cool. I like that. I like
Simple
that a lot.
That.
Yeah, well, that's it, guys. Like, there's not much really else happening, like, across the market. You could even say it's like that's our level to try and break above those sort of highs there. So that's Solana. Ethereum, again, like we've said, we're in the long. Our entry is 2.2. Like, there's no point trying to really add to that, at least in my perspective, in my current trade. So I am keeping an eye on other entries if we do go lower. But at this point in time, that's the chart I want. Yeah, ideally I would like lower. If Ethereum goes lower, I buy a lot of it and I probably hedge it in a punk. Like, is seriously the move that I want to do. I think punks outperform Ethereum this cycle. And I do think that could be a trade. Now, speaking quickly of NFTs, the only other NFT I would buy is a Kyoto Genesis. I think that airdrop is going to be insane, and it's going to be drip fed over time too. It's not just going to be a once and dump sort of thing. That's next level engagement. I think that's probably the only 2 NFTs I'd buy, and I know a lot of people price out of them, and I mean I'm priced out of a punk still. So I don't really want to be buying it just yet, but those are the only 2 NFTs I'd worth considering right now. Anything else I'm not really too keen on with OpenSea 2 farming and that sort of stuff happening at the moment. So yeah, Ethereum still would love for it to come down to that region. We might not get a region there, so be it. We could hold this. I mean, that is still macro bullish. We are holding this level, so that would be a continuation of the trend. Higher lows since May 2022. So yeah. But again, like a section, I was saying, like, this could go all the way down here and then set another high low, then maybe look to take off. But then you're starting to enter the bear market where this actually could break down to the downside, and perhaps we just don't ever see ETH do anything this cycle. I don't know. Interesting times, very interesting times at the moment. So some comparisons as well. I do actually kind of think that BTC versus ETH is bottoming here. I do think that matches nicely with BTC dominance sort of topping, at least now or in the near future. This is the 886 off the swing low from 2019 to the swing high of 2021. Very nicely sort of hit down there. We hit liquidity from over here that we haven't been to, or levels that we haven't been to since 2020. So yeah, I think a reversal is not far away on this bad boy. Whether it actually outperforms or not, that is a question. It could bounce here and do something like this, okay, leading to mid-year, but then reject again, okay? So, yeah, I mean, all the charts show me that Ethereum could start to outperform BTC later this year. And possibly into 26. I don't know about that, though. I mean, if we're going into a bear market in 2026, I think people will want to own BTC over Ethereum. So this like TA like this might not necessarily support a change in trend. So it's really interesting. Sol versus BTC, very important chart for me, actually. If this does break down, I probably cut a considerable amount of my Solana. But it's a massive level. What is this? The 0.00188 level is a massive level. Has been for a long time. We've obviously been consolidating here for a very long time, since December 23. So literally like over a year now at this level. So Sol was outpacing. This is where we all bought a lot of Sol down here. Okay, down here. Against BTC, it did outpace BTC by a considerable amount, 5x. But yeah, really interesting times at the moment. Really interesting time. That's what Jason and Michael Pizzino predict this year. ETH outperformance against BTC. Well, the chart supports that. A chart supports a reversal there and probably outperforms, particularly if BTC dominance does come down. Yeah. But the Sol ETH chart, like this one, still is heavily favoring Solana outperformance. But like I said yesterday, I do think that potentially... maybe I said on Saturday. I think fundamentally, if Solana really starts to get a bit of FUD from all this meme coin stuff, then yeah, you could see money rotate back into Ethereum and Base, actually. Definitely. Particularly like Kyoto airdrop's going to be on Base as well. I've read this morning. So yeah, I wouldn't surprise me if eventually this trend does break. Not yet though. I don't think we're there yet. But it could happen. I mean, the monthly is showing downside pressure. Weekly still weekly still has so much room for higher. So yeah, interesting times for Sol versus ETH. But yeah, I mean, I would love to go lower. We might not get lower. We might just have usually in crypto, right? We have two types of pain. Okay, if we zoom out a bit, let's go on a different chart where it's a bit small. So two types of pain normally when we're in a bull market, right? It's either price pain or time pain. So price pain is where you get a dip like this, right? A dip all the way down to 48K after hitting 74 only a couple months before, right? That is an example of price pain where people go, oh, it's all over, going to zero, right? The other type of pain that you get is time. And so even the same sort of time frame here, we spent a long time, okay? A long time there, 217 days in consolidation, okay? So two types of pain are either price or time. I mean, if you were around in previous cycles, guys, this cycle has been fast-tracked. We've been so fast this cycle. So for me, I was around. Last cycle was really something different. Like, look at this. Like, we did not change this trend for 500 days. 500 days last cycle. BTC didn't go anywhere above that 11 sort of 12K region. So I know what it's like to sit and be patient, and that's why I tell you guys to sit and be patient sometimes at the moment, because at this point in time, it's just not worth being volatile. Sure, go in, trade some memes, or like Sexy and I are going to run a few live streams this week on like low time frame scalping, using some of Max algos and stuff. So I think that's an area you can look to advance your trading skills as well, because in a bear market, you can always short and long price. Whereas meme coins aren't going to be around as much in the bear market, I can guarantee that. So yeah, this is what I'm looking at. Still macro levels, guys. Still remains the same thesis as last week, okay, if I go to the daily. Still remains, yeah, that low 85K region. If we get there, that would be amazing. Bottom of the range, FVGs on weekly, daily, monthly, and the 200-day moving average is at 84 and a bit at the moment, nearly 85. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Outside that, not really too keen. I'll quickly wrap up our current positions in meme coins. Y2K, happy to hold this. If it hits our invalidation, so be it. Same as UFD. This one is in profit. So I'm happy to hold that again. Farcoin is very close to our stop loss at 400 million. And MLG is very close to our stop loss below the 886. It's about 27-ish, maybe a little bit lower, 26 million. So yeah, if it breaks below that, so be it. That's a change in trend. And those are the three positions that we're in. The other one that we are in profit, and I spoke about at the start of the video, but just to reiterate, is Pengu. We are in a slight red of this, but again, I'm kind of happy to have this. Again, you got to go with TA. You got to go with what the chart gives you. That is overextension on the daily for quite a long time to the downside. This looks like a rounding bottom here where sellers are exhausted and price is starting to hold that level. So, I mean, that's why I've been really safe with this one, because my stop loss is below the 886 there. So I'm happy for it to come back down here and then do something like that. If it breaks the 886, then yeah, more than likely we probably continue down further. So yeah, I think this is my sort of hedge of being still exposed to the Pudgy ecosystem is actually in a leverage long on Pengu. I don't really want to be holding it in spot. And I don't want to be holding a Pudgy at this point in time. So yeah, I hope that gives you a bit of insight into where I'm currently seeing the market at the moment. Sexy, is there anything you wanted to add right now?
I mean, not really about the markets. I mean, it's been dry, that's for sure. But about gold,
Oh yeah,
that you can actually buy gold on chain.
you can.
Like yeah, so you know how USDT Tether
Yeah,
they also have a gold backed coin
do
like
they?
USD. Yes,
What's
I
the?
just recently got to know about it,
No way. Wait, how do I
and
buy and get involved?
I have wait. It's just called Tether Gold.
Okay.
So I mean the ticker is XAU and then T.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. So
And is it pegged to gold price?
yeah. So if you scroll down, you can see what's it actually. It's actually it is about yeah slightly lower, and then it says exactly what's it based off, and so it's the standard of London
That's
Bullion
very
Market
interesting.
Association. Yes, I just recently found this because it climbed up to the top 100 coin market cap. I mean, coins by market cap.
Yeah.
So
What's
that's where I saw it.
can you provide liquidity to this as well or not? I wonder.
Uh, I don't know what. I mean, it looks like it's an ETH contract.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Interesting. I'd have to look into it. Maybe you can on
But yeah,
Uniswap.
you can buy on chains.
That
And we can
actually could be a
see like
shout.
1 year it's up 43%. I'm not sure if let me compare it to actual gold price.
2882.
So how much is gold up since what's Feb
So it's up how much in the past
2024?
year?
Yeah, it's up the same amount.
Is it? Yeah, it should be. If it's
Correct.
1-to-1, it should be the same. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
it's all 1 to 1.
There you go. You don't have to go out and buy physical gold or anything. You can actually, or the ETF, you can just buy it on chain. That's actually pretty lit. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Apparently they have more cool stuff. I just haven't looked into it, but on their website.
Do they have silver as well? Then probably as well. I'd imagine.
Probably.
Okay, I'll look into that later today.
Just gonna check it out.
Yeah, sick. Cool, guys. Well, if there's any questions, let me know. If not, it's dire times. We've got, obviously, you always notice when the market's starting to chill because less people engage on Twitter, less people engage on YouTube, less people join chats like this. So, hey, stay patient. Don't worry. I think it's going to be really bullish year ahead. You just gotta sometimes sit in your hands and really be disciplined is probably the best sort of alpha I can give you guys. So, yeah, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Do like and subscribe to the video. Thank you.